After my grandfather left me $5 million, my parents, who ditched me years ago, sued for every dollar. They sneered when I entered the courtroom. Then the judge looked at me, went still, and said, "Wait, you're his grandson?" My mom wore a $3,200 Dior suit she'd posted on Instagram. Dad had his Patek Philippe, $47,000. The one grandpa wanted for his 40th anniversary but couldn't afford. My brother sat behind them scrolling his phone. 19 years old, Supreme hoodie worth more than I made in a week. I showed up in my hardware store uniform. Navy polo, name tag, paint under my nails from stocking shelves that morning. Overnight inventory shift ended at 7 a.m. I'd driven straight to court. Their lawyer stood. Downtown firm, $2,000 suit. Your Honor, the defendant systematically isolated the deceased, manipulated an elderly man with dementia into changing his will. The judge held up his hand. His face went completely pale. He stared at me. "I'm sorry. One moment. You're his grandson? From the hardware store?" My stomach dropped. "Yes, sir. Saturday morning shifts? 6 years?" "Yes, sir." He removed his glasses, cleaned them slowly. The courtroom went dead silent. Then he looked at my parents, stone-faced. "You're his daughter and son-in-law?" "Correct, Your Honor," Mom said, sympathy face on. "We're here because our father was taken advantage of." "I know exactly why you're here." Ice-cold voice. "I was your father's customer for 8 years. Every Saturday, 9 a.m. sharp, rain or shine." Mom's expression started cracking. "Your son helped me pick paint for my daughter's nursery. Sage green. Spent 20 minutes explaining eggshell versus satin because he wanted me to get it right the first time. Helped me fix my fence last April. Recommended drill bits for my deck. Never tried to upsell me. Just helped." I remembered that day. His daughter was pregnant with twins. The judge leaned forward. "But here's what I remember most. Your father talked about his grandson constantly. Every single Saturday. How he worked 2 jobs to pay for medications. How he took him to every doctor's appointment. How he cooked dinner every night because arthritis made gripping a pan too painful." My brother stopped scrolling, actually listening now. "Last March, your father had a stroke in aisle 7. Collapsed by the paint thinners. Your son caught him before he hit concrete. Did chest compressions for 8 minutes until paramedics arrived. Rode in the ambulance holding his hand." My vision blurred. I remembered every second of that day. "Hospital called his emergency contacts. You two live 3 miles away. They called 4 times. You." He looked at Dad. "We're playing golf at the country club. Your phone was off." Dad's face turned red. "You." He looked at Mom. "Said you'd come after your Pilates class ended. You showed up 6 hours later." Mom opened her mouth. Nothing came out. "Your son never left that hospital. Slept in the chair 4 days straight. Missed 2 shifts at his second job. Nearly got fired. And the next Saturday, he pushed your father into the store in a wheelchair because the old man insisted on seeing his people at the hardware store." The judge stood up. "Here's my ruling. Lawsuit dismissed with prejudice. That means you can't refile it. The will stands as written. Plaintiffs will pay all court costs plus $50,000 in defendant's legal fees." "Your Honor, this is highly..." Their lawyer started. "I'm not finished." The judge's voice could cut glass. "I watched your son work himself to exhaustion taking care of your father. Watched him show up every single week with patience and kindness. Your father didn't leave him that money because he was manipulated. He earned it, every single dollar, by being the family you should have been." Crack. The gavel slammed down. "Case dismissed. Get out of my courtroom." My parents sat frozen. Their lawyer was already packing his briefcase. My brother walked out without looking at anyone. I gathered my folder, just Grandpa's medical records I'd brought as evidence. My hands were shaking. The judge called out as I reached the door. "Young man," I turned. "Your grandfather was proud of you. He made sure everyone at that hardware store knew it. Every single Saturday." I couldn't speak, just nodded. Outside in my 2006 Civic, I sat and cried for 20 minutes. Not because I'd won the money, because a stranger who bought paint on Saturdays had been paying attention, had seen the truth, had watched us when no one else cared to look. My phone buzzed. Text from my manager. "Heard you won. Your grandpa would be proud. See you Monday?" I texted back. "Wouldn't miss it, because that's what showing up means. Every single Saturday."